Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
Imagine starting the day with coffee at Cairo, in a guest house overlooking the Nile, taking a flight to Luxembourg where you pick up some breakfast, driving across the border to Belgium for a customer meeting. You negotiate a deal, then take a train ride back to Germany where you end the day with dinner and drinks, right? That's another day in the life of sales and marketing professional at Birla Carbon. True story, by the way. And if that's not glamorous for you, I don't know what is.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Conversations Cafe, where we bring in managers and leaders from your dream companies and talk to them about their journeys. And today we are going to talk about one such journey of a person who has had an extensive career within the Aditya Birla Group. Right after his MBA degree, he joined ABG and currently works as a global sector head for Birla Carbon. Joining straight from Germany, I welcome Vishwanath Padmanabhan in today's episode. Hi Vishwanath. And welcome to Conversations Cafe Online.
Thank you, Paul. Good to be here.
You have had an amazing career with ABG, and times have changed from there. Huge interventions have happened in every sector that we look at. What are some of the primary shifts that you have seen over the course of these 10, 15 years that you're working within the group?
So 16 years is a reasonable amount of time, and there have been several changes, right? Right from the iPhones to new currency notes to COVID now. But I guess in terms of the campus corporate interaction, a couple of broad trends emerge. One, access to information is now multifold, unlike it used to be back in the day. Secondly, I think the engagement between campuses and companies has grown in all dimensions, and it's a year-round event now. Back in the day, there used to be two primary events. One was the summer internship, and then we had the final placements. That's it. Engagement opportunities like this with Inside IIM did not exist back then, right? And lastly, I think the likes of Uber, Airbnb, and Lyft have shown us that there is opportunity in terms of new business models, with high adoption rates amongst millennials and Generation Z alike.
From your GMT stint, when you worked in the kind of roles that it offers you, you took up your roles as an area sales manager with the Ultratech Cement. How different was this experience for you? Was it a major shift in your career? And what were some of the major learning at this point in time?
I think the first thing that you notice is that famous difference in theory versus practice. See, on the field, there are multiple variables to consider, right? Like operational constraints or how you allocate limited resources, what competition is doing, etc. But perhaps the most important of all is the people factor.
Right.
You get true buy-in from the people that you're working with. I think the other thing that came across very clearly was that your manager is your guiding light when it comes to performance or alignment of your goals with the organization goals. But at the end of the day, they are people too. So each of them will have their own individual style, which you will need to adapt to.
The next big thing that happened in your career from Ultratech Cement, where you were taking these learning and then you were building up on your journey and your career, was Birla Carbon. You joined as regional sales manager there. Being a sales role, that too in a country like Egypt. Tell us a bit about this journey of yours and your time there.
So this was in 2008, and I was based in Pune. I had moved past my learning curve. I'd been there for 2 years. In a way, found my footing in the market and within the team. In other words, I was kind of settling into my comfort zone, right?
Right.
And when this opportunity came about, I remember thinking to myself, why now? And when you think of the word international stints, Egypt is not the name that comes to mind intuitively, right?
Absolutely. That too in a time like that.
Right. But then I remember telling myself, if not now, then when? And I'm glad I did, because Egypt opened the doors to Europe and the rest of the world. Gave me the opportunity to work in a multicultural environment. It was my first exposure to international business and a whole new industry. The first couple of months were easygoing, let's say, and then the 2008 economic crisis hit. Probably the worst time to start in a new business, or
Absolutely.
if you look at it, the best time, right? Because there is only one way to go, which is up. So it was a slow start. I spent the first 6 to 12 months wooing customers to get product approvals and develop business in a largely uncharted market, which was Italy. And also the learning, transitioning into a B2B environment, you realize that things don't happen overnight. It wasn't until the second half of 2009 or early 2010 that we actually started seeing results of those efforts. Then 2011 happened. So you had the Arab Spring, you had a demand upturn unlike none other. And mid-year, Birla Carbon acquired Colombian Chemicals, springboarding us to become one of the largest manufacturers of carbon black in the world. So it was quite an eventful year. And with the integration of these two companies, I transitioned to managing different roles and responsibilities while at first relocating to Turkey and then to Germany.
Moving ahead, Vijay, you are currently based out of Germany, a country completely different from, the culture and the people that you might have met. But the company remains the same. You are in Birla Carbon and you are the global sector head for tires there. What exactly does a global sector head do in a company like Birla Carbon?
So in my current role, my responsibilities include defining the strategy for the tire sector, mid and long term, working with the regional teams to develop marketing plans that are aligned with the sector strategy. I also work closely with the new product development team to ensure we have a healthy product portfolio for future opportunities that are aligned with industry trends. It's a marked departure from my previous roles that were primarily, top and bottom line driven. The fun aspect of the job is to look at the future, identify trends and their likely impact on the business.
Vijay, at this point in time, I want to bring this question up, which is something that is there in a lot of these aspirants' mind. They all want to be consultants. They all want to be in the FMCG sector. They all want to be in the fashion and retail sector. Nobody actually talks very passionately about the manufacturing sector. Being someone who has seen this for so many years, what is your take on this?
I'll give you a couple of scenarios. Imagine starting the day with coffee at Cairo, or in a guest house overlooking the Nile, taking a flight to Luxembourg where you pick up some breakfast, driving across the border to Belgium for a customer meeting. You negotiate a deal, then take a train ride back to Germany where you end the day with dinner and drinks, right? Or negotiating this multi-million-dollar contract with one of the largest tire manufacturers in the world. That's another day in the life of sales and marketing professional at Birla Carbon. True story, by the way. And if that's not glamorous for you, I don't know what is. I've spent time in the gray and the black, and this is what I can tell them. One, avoid any preconceived notions about a role or a business. There is always a cool element to the job at hand. And lastly, to the young leaders out there, I would like to say, you bring the glamour to the sector or the business, not the other way around.
Looking back, if you look at yourself before you were joining your B school 15, 16, 17 years back from now, what is that one advice that you would give yourself, your past self?
Believe in yourself and the unique set of skills that you bring to the table. You are your USP. Play to your strengths. But if there is one skill set that you must develop, it is the ability to learn and to adapt. That will get you further than any other skill set. Educate yourself, I guess, and use the opportunity to network with peers, other campuses, and take full advantage of engagement opportunities like this with companies such as ABG. Because while you are looking for the next big opportunity, companies such as ABG are also looking for bright young minds with a fresh take on things. And I guess lastly, don't forget to have fun. If you're not having fun, you're probably doing it wrong.
Absolutely. Having fun, learning, and networking is something that all the MBA aspirants look forward to in their respective B school journeys. And to those who are joining different B schools and want to figure out the companies that they want to work in, ABG is looking for you as well. You can be part of the Conversations Cafe online session by asking questions to Vishy and other campus recruiters. To register, you can see the link in the description and be part of this initiative by Inside IM and ABG. Thank you very much, Vishy, for joining us in today.
Thank you, Paul, and looking forward to the Conversations Cafe.